Hi, welcome to the PBB Minute with Jen, maybe 5 or 10. Anyhow, today you're going to hear my story. I'm going to try and read it a little bit more like a story than an interview, because actually it's an interview in a book, but and there's experts taken out, so I will read it as it is, as best as I can. So, Michigan PBB Oral History out of our book of Jennifer Knowles, interviewed by Kathleen Gregonis on February 9, 2024. Jennifer Knowles kindly agreed to an oral history interview following the PBB Disaster at 50 conference to share her experience with this large-scale contamination. She has been an engaged community member, activist, and advocate for decades, sharing her knowledge about the PBB disaster with everyone she can, including doctors and strangers at the store. The following transcripts reflects her lived experience both during the PBB disaster and in the decades after, highlighting the ongoing concerns community members have about their own exposure, the challenges they face in their activism. So some of this was transcribed by AI, I believe, so it might sound a little silly. Well, when I was a toddler, we lived on a dairy farm in Barrington, Michigan in Mecosta County. I was born in 1971, so I was pretty young when the incident happened. I never know what to call it. The incident, the poisoning, the tragedy. Depends on your outlook. My parents had moved up from the Saginaw area and took over my grandparents' dairy farm. And so that's how I came to be there. On the dairy farm, I'm not sure how many cattle they had, maybe 100. We had other animals, horses and chickens and whatnot. I have 5 brothers and sisters, 1 younger, 4 older. There were 10 years between the oldest and youngest. My youngest was born in 73 and the oldest was born in 63. So the story goes, my parents normally got their feed in Barrington at the granary there, but it had burned down. So they were instructed to get their feed from the Farm Bureau in Remus at the granary there where the train came through, and that's where they got the contaminated feed. And so if it weren't for bad luck, anyhow, from what I know of, from what my parents have told me as time has passed, they noticed, of course, the animals actually acting strangely. My brothers and my father, who worked more closely with the animals and with the feed and everything like that, had sores and things on them and not feeling well. And because we were a dairy farm, we drank the milk basically right from the cattle. They milked all day and night and they brought it in. And I was a toddler, my sister was a baby, so we drank a lot of the milk ourselves. We were told probably out of all of the kids, my younger sister and I drank a majority of the milk. Plus we had an older sister who would have just probably been going through puberty. So she drank the milk, and I think that affected probably her quite a bit too. We also ate, the chickens and the eggs and things off the land. We played in the dirt. We were